The story here is the Ark Encounter. Earlier this spring, my parents and I went there in Kentucky, and it was a really cool experience. It really complemented what I was going for with this lesson, because God created the heaven and the earth. So while we're looking at this, if you hadn't had a chance to get out there, it's definitely a must-have. I'm not sure what all your beliefs are, whether you're new to your walk in Christ or if you've been doing this for a while. It's a really spiritual boost. I'll start in with reading in chapter 1. He talks about I'm going to start with creation, day 3, on chapter 1, verse 9. And it says, "And God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called Heses. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding field, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. The evening and the morning were the third day." Before that, when you read the earlier scriptures, it talks about how in verse 2 it says, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." This was just after Satan got kicked out of heaven. There was nothing here at that time. He was the overseer of earth, and that he was responsible for what was supposed to come. But instead, he rejected his responsibility, and so I believe that God took over. He starts off as, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. He did what Satan couldn't do. And the next group I wanted to talk about is verse 26 to 31. "And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image, and the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, of all the earth, and every tree in the which it is the fruit of a yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So this is outlining what God did before he created man. It shows that, based from the stories at the Ark, they talked about how the animals and the people were basically on a meatless diet. They didn't need a lot of meat, as it was a part of the curse that was placed on Adam. We were intended to really eat meat, or a lot of it. As it says in verse 29, that it was the fruit and the yielding tree seed, all of the herbs, all of those things were meant for meat. It was meant for our nourishment. So Like today, we noticed that if we eat too much meat, then we face problems. So it's written here that benefit with less meat and more vegetables and nutritional things. So here, this is a depiction of what they thought it would be like with Noah's family. So this is a picture of one of the girls preparing the meals. Medicine. They had plants, different herbs that they could use on themselves and the animals that they cared for.